Hey everybody, I want to thank you all for being here today for this reaction. Thank you for asking in the comments. I'm doing a lot better. I'm still a little congested, but I appreciate that you guys care. So Chantal went on live last night and she ended up deleting this live. So in the morning when I woke up, I did watch a bit of this. And as I was watching it, she took it offline. So she did have it up for a little bit. So some people were able to capture it. Thank you to Stories of the Internet, which captured this live and saved it on their channel. I'm going to link them below if you could support them, please. And we're going to get into this reaction. So here she wants to tell us her story. So her side of the story, she is going to tell us. I can tell you this much, she's going to go the domestic violence direction, and I'm sure it's going to upset a lot of people because, you know, people are getting offended, particularly people who are those who have survived domestic violence relationships. They're getting offended, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them.
So I'm just going to hey, leave BBJ alone. So, I guess I'll just wait a few minutes. I don't know. People are probably not going to get any notification. It's like, are you guys here? Hi.
She's getting high. Smoking her doobie. The one good thing is when she's high, we know she's going to talk a lot. We know she'll divulge. And that's probably why it got deleted, because she probably said a lot of stuff. She kind of looked back and went, ugh, they're going to hold me to that.
Don't get too blasted. Oh, KB, that's hard to do. I'm just smoking this, that's all.
She is high all the time.
So, I've been just like for hours, just like teetering between, like constantly, just like, I need to tell my story, I need to break this off, to switching to, oh no, I love him too much, I can't live without him, to he's draining. Like, I'm just like, Crystal Smith, welcome to Very Important Bees. Ready, set, bees. I'm not gonna, like, there's some things I don't want to talk about, but
she'll talk about it. We know.
What I want to say, I will say. Okay, I'm just gonna start. So, I've been seeing him for about like 6 months now, and it started as me wanting to just hook up and
I don't know if I agree with that. I think she's trying to convince herself that she went on the dating site for strictly physical reasons. But deep down, she wants a man. Okay? This is a woman who has went from long-term relationship to long-term relationship. She's looking for a man.
Have fun. So that's why I called him Dom, because I didn't want you guys to know who he was. And we started hooking up and partying hard together. And I got addicted to cocaine, you know that, pretty bad. And at first it started with just like some red flags, you know, little things that you guys saw, and I'm not going to look at the chat. Some things you guys saw and that I ignored because I never ever thought, ever in a million years, that I would be in a situation such as that somebody would actually, like, you hear of people being in situations like that.
See, here's the thing. She keeps talking about the situation that she's in. She put herself in this situation, okay? She put herself in a situation of being with a man who is an absolute loser, has no purpose when it comes to being a productive citizen. He is not a good human if he is actually causing, doing domestic violence. And if he went and he stabbed people, okay? He's not a good person if he did those things.
And you're like, I'm one of those people. So, and I was too high on drugs to really give a shit, honestly.
You're always high on drugs. Always.
So it started with little red flags, like me having to sneak out of the house, like to go home. Like he never wanted me to go home. Like he would like get so mad if I wanted to go home. So
So we know Chantal is the type of person who does whatever Chantal wants to do. So if she initially saw this particular sign and the rest of the signs that she's going to talk about him being possessive, okay? If she's the type of person who does whatever she wants to do, which she is, right? She does whatever the hell she wants to do. She doesn't care about consequences or anybody. She doesn't care. Don't you think she would kind of find that as a major turnoff? I mean, there's certain things that you definitely don't bend for in your life that you know you would never be willing to put up with or never be willing to be in a relationship with someone who, they have these things. I don't understand. Like, if it really was something that was that big of an issue, which is going to list a few of them, why wouldn't you have early on in the relationship ended it there, which you could have easily before you got too deep into it? I mean, I don't know. I just don't understand.
little things like that, or just like I don't know, little things I suspected him of lying about, but I don't have proof, or just like I don't know, mostly just the really possessive stuff, and he was going through a really really bad time in his life. So he's just really emotionally on edge and everything. So
So he says.
So I guess like the big fight thing happened, like actually then like the red flags that really like it started escalating to him getting just like mad over like really stupid things, or just saying really inappropriate sexual things that hurt my feelings, you know.
Like, no man would ever want you.
Or being really rough during sex, or
The bruises.
I don't know, like little things like that, you know. But I think like it was like he got mad at me like for something during sex, and it was like something really stupid that I didn't
Can you imagine you're in the throes of making love and that happens? Oh my God.
feel comfortable doing, like a position or something, and
The
I was
man starts
I
arguing
don't
with
know,
you.
anyway, and just like shoved me, like he like punched my arm or something. And then like I was like, what? Did he like actually like punch my arm? Like really? And I was like, no, he didn't punch me. It was just like an accident. And that's what he like touted it off to be, kind of thing. Then like a few weeks later, we did like I bought like a ton of coke, like Oh, another red flag. He would always fucking, everything is always my fault. Like, he would always blame me for, like, everything. Like, okay, like, for example, what I'm about to tell you. So I went over, I bought, like, 7 grams of Coke. And we did, like, several grams by then. And oh my God, he just became, like, a different person. Like, his eyes just became, like, black. Like, I did not recognize him at all. Like, he was so, like, on edge and just, like,
And maybe he didn't recognize you either.
like, and I was, like, really, like, I apparently was, like, doing things to piss him off. I thought I was just sitting there, but he kept accusing me of doing things to piss him off. So he, like, became somebody else. Um, he would always say things like, "Don't let me do more than a few lines. I'm telling you, if you do, I know I'm bad on Coke or whatever." But I feel like I'm not responsible for you, like, So,
Chantal, he's a grown ass man, okay? You're not responsible for how much he consumes. You can barely be responsible for yourself.
so he would make me feel bad that I made like that he did too much Coke, like it would be my fault. You know what I mean? So he started getting like really like he was like, I don't know, we were like, he plays this stupid fucking gambling game, so I sent him money like to do it to for us to play, and he like lost a whole bunch of money, and just like he was getting so fucking mad and like nasty and just like in my face, like really close, and I thought like, oh my God, is he gonna hit me? And then we went upstairs and we had sex, and then I was like,
Yes, because right after I get punched, the first thing I think about is fucking that man.
I want to go home. And that's when that just like fucking made him flip out. Like, he was like, he just like got up and was like, just like fuck. It's like his eyes, like the eyes were like black, and he was just like, I don't know, like he was gone. So,
Chantal, try looking into the camera
this pissed me
when you're
off. Why do you
talking.
do
You're
it?
all
You
over the
must be
place.
doing it on purpose. You know it pissed me off. You know it hurts me. I told you not to piss me off. You don't listen, like just flipping out. And then all of a sudden, I just felt like something like he grabbed my face really hard and was like pinching it. And I didn't know like what to do. Like I was like scared. And then he like flicked his cigarette at me. And then like I felt like something like hard in my face. I didn't see him hit me, but I feel like punched me in the arms a bunch of
You're looking
times.
all over the place,
And he
Chantal.
was so mean. Like I just remember like, you fucking punched me. And he's like, yeah, a few times. Um, I was just like, does it make you feel big to hit a woman and all this shit?
And let me guess, right after that, they had sex.
Um, and then like he wouldn't let me leave. So I just figure I'm just gonna like play along, and he hid my phone. So
Okay, so now she's accusing him as well as holding her hostage. So he wouldn't let her leave, so she sat there and just tried to go with it. So let's just remember what she just now accused him of.
I actually like snuck out when he fell asleep, and I left my phone there. And
And so after you had that traumatic event of being hit, having sex, sneaking out, you just go right back. And this is early on in the relationship when you haven't built any type of foundation at all.
I came
Explain that.
home, I used Pete's phone. I said I needed to message my mom. I messaged my mom.
Yeah, because she's
So
got
that
to
was
get
that
everybody
big
worked
fight.
up.
And I don't think that to this day I'm over it because like I hate to say like you guys are right about like whenever like he would playfully smack me, it would make me flinch or um I don't know. I feel really weird. I feel really fucking dizzy. So the worst part is that he blamed it on me after. Like he blamed it on me. Like he was like, um, why did you hurt me? Why did you make me hurt you? Kind of thing. Like, why did you just like classic textbook lines? And I'm just like, is this like real? This can't be real. Like blaming it on the Coke. And yes, the Coke has been bad. He actually hasn't.
See, here's the issue I have. One of the issues. There are women and men who are in domestic violence situations in households that are unable to leave the sight of their abuser. They have no family that cares. They have no family that knows. They have no friends that know or are there. They're truly alone. And the battle they fight is alone. Chantal has, now let's say all of what she's saying is true. She has an unbelievable support system around her. She has an entire family that is always concerned, love her, and care for her. And it will always be there for her. She has friends. For years, she's had these same friends that care about her. She is very fortunate because when you have that much support around you, it's much easier to go to someone and say, I'm in a bad spot. Because you know they're going to believe you and you know they're going to be there to comfort you. Because they're your family, they're your friends.
Hit me since then, but we have had really bad fights where there has been aggression. Like there's still a lot of signs of aggression, and that's why I stay away sometimes. Like if you're like, why aren't you at Dom's? Because I don't want to be around when I know he's gonna be mad. Like he'll get mad. Like if I change plans. Like if I say I'm not feeling good, oh, you were supposed to help me with this. Like he just really, I feel like he just cares about himself. And
Probably.
yeah, um, he was like aggressive here. I think that's why he never kicked BBJ, but I think that's why BBJ is afraid because he's more, do you know, like he has anger problems. So
No, cats can be sensitive
he does have a
and they
really good
hold
side. You guys
grudges.
seen that in his cooking videos? Like that's, I mean, I fell in love with a side of him that was good. You know,
Look, I don't like the guy one bit, okay? From everything I'm hearing and seeing. But he is entertaining. I think he could do well.
but I'm just realizing that maybe I do have some kind of like I feel like I have some like trauma from everything that happened that I haven't like processed, and maybe I'm like telling it because I know I need to just end everything and just be on my own and focus on myself because I feel like this is gonna kill me. Like the stress, like my
And I'm pretty much assuming tonight she'll be getting makeup on, all excited and happy, singing her songs, eating her food, and probably heading to Dom's, right?
breathing and like the chest pain has just been like worse and worse these past few months, and I just like get so mad over, like, just even like he made breakfast, was it yesterday morning? I was on the couch and I wasn't like paying attention to him for like 5 minutes, and he was like fucking like mad pacing, like he paces around when he's mad, and he was like, I made this breakfast for you, you're not like, I do things for us, you do things for you. And I'm like, I was checking my messages for like 5 minutes, like I don't have a breath, like even like if I'm on my phone, like what are you doing on your phone? Like I just feel like,
Chantal, you make a choice to continue to go back to that place, to continue to communicate with that man. When you're in an abusive situation, and I can tell you from experience, you cut off all ties. You delete them from your life. It's no joke. It is no joke. When you are in a domestic violence situation, it can be very dangerous. And they will, I'm sure the cops or whoever are going to tell you, shut it down. I know that's what I was advised. You keep making this choice to continue to go back, and every time you go back, you're having a great time. Explain that to us. Can you explain that part? Explain to us why you decide to get in your car and drive each time to his place. And why are you having such a good time? And why are you having sex with him? You're eating his food. You're doing drugs with him. You're having sex with him. Tell us why. We heard this story before, but you haven't answered that particular question.
do you know what I mean? Like I've never felt like, I feel like a stressful response in my body around. And Lisbeth, welcome to Very Important Beezers Ready Set Bees. Swoopy, be done before it's too late. Yeah. I have to be done. I probably didn't do this the right way, but I don't feel like I can do it face to face. Oh, and I guess I just got comfortable. Like he made me feel comfortable, said the really, really good things.
Him saying good things doesn't outweigh the bad things he's done. The bad things, if they are true, are horrible.
Like I posted on my Instagram, would say things like, no man will accept you. So it's just been like stress, and yeah, like money, like not funny, but like someone was even like, somebody close, I talked like Ulysses is like, you're eating no-name chips, like like, like, yeah, it's been just like emotionally and like financially, oh my god, so draining. And I just Like, for what, you know? Um, I just feel bad because, yeah, like, then I'm like, you made me do that. Yeah. Like, fuck you. I made you. What?
It still blows my mind, these members that are in the chat who just sit there and coddle all this behavior and these lies. Like, why don't they start calling this crap out? That's why she doesn't like doing the open ones, because people call her out. They put it in front of her. And these members, I mean, they must have a similar mindset. I don't know, but it's just unbelievable.
Anyway. Chips, don't be offended.
Kind of sucks we don't have the chat, but that's okay.
Yeah, like he'll I'm sure he'll still have fans and stuff. He can make his own channel. And it's not that I want to like screw him over or leave him fucked, and that's why I always just like yesterday I was like so like in love, like sure I was so in love with him and everything, but like I get after a couple days I just get so burnt out being around him. Like burnt out, like mental breakdown. Like I woke up at like he woke up like,
If he's causing you a mental breakdown, answer this question. Why do you keep going back? What's your reason? What's your justification? It's not like you're stuck living with him. It's not like you guys have children together. You've only been dating him for 5-6 months. The only depth to your relationship is sex and drugs. There's nothing there. Why do you continue to go back?
this morning at like we went to bed at like 3. Yeah. And he woke up at like 5:30. Coughing. Like every time he coughed I wanted to punch him. That's fine. Sorry, I had to get that out there. But anyway. So he goes to the bathroom. And then just like not like considerate about.
Now look. She was just talking about this absolutely violent, horrible situation she's going through, and she proceeds to laugh.
Things like that. Like, you know, like if it annoys me, he'll do it more. Like I fucking hate that shit. Like one time we were like playing around, but he was like getting really like rough playing. Like he would like, he knows I'm claustrophobic, so he would like headlock me or like restrain me, and I was like, let go. I'm like, seriously, let go, I'm gonna flip out. Like stuff like that. Like, oh, I don't know.
So do any of you find it to be a normal thing when you're in a relationship that your man puts you in a headlock? Because I don't. Never would that be a normal act in a relationship. Two guys might do that to each other. But a man putting a woman in a headlock? His woman? No, that's not normal.
He has like I don't know. Anyways.
Again, why would you go back?
He has a really fun side too.
That's wonderful that he has a fun side. But again, that doesn't outweigh all the bad things he's done. I mean, that isn't a good enough reason to go back because you think that somebody can be funny. Who the hell cares? If that person is an abusive person, you get out. Especially that early on and in a relationship, it's so easy to walk away. Now, when you're in it for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and now you got kids, houses, properties, cars, then it becomes very hard.
Please start saving you. Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I pretended to lose the wallet and everything, because he
And now
yelled at
she
me
pretended to lose
that
it?
morning for something that I was gonna give the rent money to him, and I was like, you know what, fuck you. So I went home and I'm like, I lost my wallet. So.
And then you went back. So answer this for us. Why did you go back?
Anyway, I'm sorry, guys. Fuck, I must be such a friggin' spectacle. It's so I just wanted to. Yeah, I'm a bit annoyed that it's hard for me to feel happy, like I said, for his success, because I know that.
I could totally see her being
Do you know what I
jealous of his
mean? When I
success.
know that how I still feel about everything. So, it's not only, yeah, I guess it's a weird reason, but it's also just because I'm I feel like if I say it, then there's no going back, because I know it'll destroy my life, if I do this. Do you know what I mean? Stephanie Hamilton, welcome to Very Important Beezers. Ready, set, bees. Rusty, gonna tell these lies ain't even close to believable. Oh, thanks, Rusty. We could see you were scared you were going to say something wrong when he was on the bed. Yeah, it's always on eggshell because he gets really mad. Yeah. Yeah, one time I have to wait till he goes to bed to sneak out, every time. And one time I was going and then I was down almost at my car, and he's like, "Where are you going?" I was like, "Oh my God." And I actually went back in. I was like, anyway.
If that is in fact true, the whole story, that just shows how little you think of yourself and what little confidence you have. If you were more self-aware, you would know.
Anyways. What?
Gotta say, that is some strong weed.
Yeah,
You can
Pete's
smell
can
it,
smell the
Pete?
weed.
Yeah, the smell in my room.
I'm gonna smoke outside.
It's weird. It doesn't normally get under my...
I have to say, I don't know what video it was I saw. Maybe it was from yesterday or something, but Pete's was saying in a video, I don't like that guy. I don't have to be nice to him. I was like, yes. I was so happy he did that. I'm not a big fan of his, but I just was happy to hear him kind of voice himself a bit. That was good.
It's some dank stuff.
Huh?
I'm live. It's dank stuff.
Yep.
I need it right now.
Yeah, dig your ear. There you go.
Hi, Annie.
Poor Annie.
Disconnect your other phone. I'll let him back in my life. And even up until this point,
I want to cry every time she actually smokes the weed. She does. God, somebody teach her how to inhale.
what a
What a
I was
waste.
thinking about it. Maybe if we get a house together, because he was sending me links for houses. Like, he wants to hurry and move in together.
So here's the thing. When people are abusive, they try to rush into kind of settling with you, okay? So if in fact this is what he's doing, she already went to see a house the other day, right? I think that's what she was going to see. And she was in such a hurry and such a rush. I almost think in the back of my mind that it was probably something that Dom wanted, wanted her to see or something like that. She is just way too impulsive. She's not thinking this stuff through. I just, oh my God.
Unicorns and bacon, all abusers have a good side. That's how they charm us. Back and again and again, it will just keep getting worse. I've been here.
Yeah, because they wanna lock you down, right? They wanna lock you down because see, the more you're locked down, the more you share together, right? You share an apartment as a shared expense, and you're sharing car insurance, and you're sharing cell phone bills, and it's more and more is locking you down in the relationship, and that's how they pin you down.
And he's now in jail. Happy and stuff.
She sure likes playing the victim all the time. So sad.
And I haven't like told anything because I don't want to ruin. He's just been like, why would you do this to me? Blast everything online. Like to this day, he's never apologized for what he did.
And that's where I'll ask you again. And why do you go back? If you're expecting an apology for the abuse, why do you go back? You haven't gotten the apology that you wanted.
You teach people how to treat you. You said there's a fine line between. What? Yeah, there is a fine line between pleasure and pain, but this was like, no, this was different. Why would you ever go back to that? He's preying on your insecurities.
Exactly.
Not love. He's a classic abuser. It's never their fault. Thank you, EP. Trust your gut. Thanks, Jen. Flesh and Excess. You're a YouTuber. Your life is online. It's not his business what you said.
Well, no, I disagree with that. That person said that because she's a YouTuber, he has no say on what she says online. No, I disagree with that. If you're talking about a particular individual where you proceed to dox them and everything, yeah, that's not right. I mean, people don't ask to be in your video. So why would you do that?
Thank you. Yeah, Annie, he did. If you move in with him, it's over, and I think you know that. Yeah.
And why would you? Why would you?
Like, if you take his phone.
I mean, can you tell me, can she be this dumb? Can a human be this dumb? This is dumb, okay? When you're saying that he wants to move in together right away, that isn't a red flag to you? Considering the guy has already beat on you? I mean, you have said yourself that you have been physically and verbally abused. Why would you take that step and just make things more complicated? It doesn't make sense.
Then he will know you're finally being real about stuff. Yeah, I had a burn from the cigarette. I had a nosebleed.
Nice. She had a nosebleed.
He says he doesn't remember, or that he's a different person on coke. Why would you let me do that much coke? You know how it changes me. And like, what was the other thing? Actually got in a car accident. I was driving
Oh
with
my
him and I
God.
was
Well,
bawling, distraught, because that was the day he was here and he was being really aggressive. Volpe, welcome to Very Important Beezers.
so she's not only hit animals, now she's hit, hit cars, which we probably all knew that was happening, that she wasn't telling us. Um, God, I know in the States, you get in an accident, your insurance shoots up. I don't know how it is in Canada.
Ready, set, bees.
I hate when she shakes her arm like that. Wow.
So what was I gonna say? No, actually, like, I was driving him back home. Like, I'm like, let's go right now. Like, I just ran out of my house. He was like raging around, and then he got in the car and he's like,
Okay, so it looks like he was at her apartment raging around. They got in the car so she could take him back home. Can you imagine what that must have been like for Pete's to watch this guy raging around the apartment, being really loud? Because he's really loud. He's a loud guy. Um, that must have terrified him. I know if I was a roommate, I think I would be completely overwhelmed with that activity happening. But I would imagine it was hard for Pete. That's
I'm
probably
not
why
going
he's so
home. I'm
mad.
like, you're going home. I'm like, I'm gonna call the cops. And that's when he made that comment about call the cops. I want to see you call the cops. And like, that's when he made that comment. And then.
So why wouldn't you call him an Uber? I wouldn't even put him in my car. Okay. So yeah, that I do have a problem with that one. I mean, tell me what you guys think. He was at her house throwing a fuss, screaming, yelling, whatever he was doing. She wanted to leave. He was giving her a hard time. She threatened to call the cops. He threatened her, yeah, call the cops. And she proceeded to allow him in her car and drive with him to take him home, where she proceeded to hit someone. Okay, so if that whole thing was happening and you were so frightened and you wanted him out of your place, why didn't you call an Uber? Why did you now drive in the car with him? Because right there, what you're saying is, you're saying everything you did just before this is okay by me. I would have told him to get his ass out of the house and not have an Uber waiting for him.
So.
Oh,
Yeah.
the acting is so good.
Megaphone, I will be. Yeah, so I was bawling because he was like being a fucking asshole, like, and he was like, "Where's the lighter?" And I was like looking at my purse for the lighter, and then like the car ahead of me, I didn't stop in time, and I hit her, and I was bawling, and she must have felt bad for me. She was like, "It's okay."
Wow, people in Canada are so nice. In the U.S., where I'm from, they'd be like, "I don't give two craps. You're crying. Give me your license and insurance."
And I think I went in with him, and he wouldn't get out of my car, so I went in the house.
Okay, you went into what house? Because you left your house, so you went into his. I'm confused now.
Yeah, like black, like seething, like anger, like right in your face. And like I have a thing with men yelling, and he knows that. Like if my dad would yell a lot at me, or like I've had men like in my life that were like,
I can 100% relate to this. I too came from a household that had a father who was extremely loud, verbal, verbally abusive. So it was kind of like a little traumatic for me. So yeah, that's a big hard rule I have, especially when I'm in a relationship. Even my boys are super, 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 super soft-spoken young men, because I always wanted a quiet home. So I can understand that anxiety.
No, 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 no. It's okay. Are you my girl? BBJ! She wants to jump. Go ahead. Oh, sorry.
Okay, so I think from this point on, it's not super interesting. So we're going to skip
driving me nuts
around.
with the YouTube stuff. Just like really obsessed with like, you know, I don't know. I don't know.
I hate when she says, you
right.
know.
I just have a bad feeling like I've made some bad choices
No
about
shit,
going about
Sherlock.
everything. I feel good. I feel better just like talking about.
Yeah, to complete strangers online. Yeah, that's where I feel my comfort,
He's on
to
a high from his
disclose
views and
my
comments,
interpersonal
yeah.
feelings.
And I'm like, I don't know. No, Passion Tim, that's actually not what I'm doing. Unicorn. Classic narcissist and uses strong gaslighting techniques. Look it up. There are tons of videos on YouTube.
Oh, she's a narcissist too. Oh, and I don't know if she's a narcissist, but she definitely does narcissist behavior.
He did say that. How would you like us to react if you change your mind and go back to him?
Yeah, exactly.
Can't imagine what you go through on the daily. Thanks, Moonlight. I know. Yeah, I have a.
Yeah, keep laughing.
Ew!
Yeah, she had a booger hanging out of her nose. Wow, she's changed her tune real quick. Okay. Drinking her Sprite. I just love the eating parts, you know.
I know it's fucked up, but I keep believing that he loves me and wants to change and everything, you know? Because, like I said, everybody has a good side too, but...
Excuse me.
Sorry. The word stabby use, I know, makes me laugh, actually. Yeah. No. Anyway. I was so distraught. I get like that when I'm around him, so distraught. Excuse me. Come on, get off.
Alright, so I think here she Yeah, she sits
I
here.
don't mean to say things like that. That makes you guys worried, I know. Actually, I've only been... Yeah. I know, baby. What? Should I call the police? No. Yeah, I'm not gonna take the edible.
Yeah, she's gonna take an edible.
In the drawer it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, me. I don't need that shit.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'm gonna hate my guts too. I know. I'm sorry I'm eating so much. Read your IG message, beautiful. Thank you, free spirit baby. I will. To do this for views and money would be disgusting. I would never do it just for views and money.
I don't know. You'd be surprised what people do for money.
Like, that's fucked up. I hate when people do that shit, actually.
You know what's fucked up? You keep going back to this guy. That is what's fucked up. Oh my gosh, she hasn't stopped eating.
He didn't kick BBJ, no.
Biting that skin.
That's what you say, Sarah, but I hope I don't. Thanks for the super chat. Professional jockey, Jean? I love Jean.
God, I wish she stopped biting her nails. It's so gross. Sorry. This is riveting. Okay. All right.
There's
Well,
no way I would feel safe going over there after telling you all this.
yeah,
There's no
right.
way.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
So I guess
We'll
it's
see.
done. Even if I have a
Okay.
week.
So I want you all to remember this, right? She's saying right here that it is not safe. She feels it is not safe for her to go back to his place due to what she said in this video. Now let's see if she goes back. I'm sure she will.
Moment or something. Because I shouldn't slick his hair back. I like his hair like that. See, like I can't help it. Ugh. I don't think it's love. It's obviously not love. It's just attraction.
Okay, guys, I'm going to end this here. Tell me what you think down below. I love reading your comments. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. For those of you who have already subscribed, I cannot thank you enough. And please like the video because it does help with the algorithm. It helps me kind of level up in the YouTube searches. And I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful week, and you will hear from me soon. Take care.